Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Flat Earth and Coffee. I am your host, Bobby Thompson, and today we're going to be talking about grabbing satellites. Yeah, grabbing satellites. That's something that NASA used to do routinely, and they would record it and they would play it live on CNN. And imagine what that would look like today in HD, right? And the audio we would get, right? You hear that? You've seen those some of those videos that have audio, right? Uh, Man, it would just be an amazing experience. I don't understand why we don't see more of that. I don't see why that kind of went away. You would think today we would have some really, really, really cool footage. Without further ado, let's get into it and let's just add some context to this. I think it's relevant. The speeds and orbital velocities that are involved in this. There are multiple orbital velocities. The satellite tracking the Earth tracking the sun around the sun and solar system around the Milky Way galaxy, and of course the Milky Way galaxy spins as it goes through uh, the what do they call it? Sorry, the cosmic background radiation. So it is moving. Our galaxy is moving as well at 2.2 million kilometers per hour, which is roughly 1.3 million miles per hour. And I did reference multiple sites. The links to those sites are up in that gray bar at the top. You can reference any site. It's pretty much the scientific consensus. And if we sum all that up, satellite around Earth, 17,500 miles per hour. Earth around the sun, 66,600 miles per hour. That's not my claim. Sun and solar system, none of this is. So sun and solar system around the Milky Way galaxy, 434,000. Sometimes you see over 500, sometimes 515, 520, whatever. Galaxy relative to the cosmic background radiation, 1.3 plus million miles per hour. And the sum of all the speeds, 3.7 plus million miles per hour. And one of my favorite clips, The Life of Brian, a little clip from The Life of Brian there. I personally like stars in my space. I don't know about you. I thought that was, thought they did it better. And now let's jump into our first clip of grabbing a satellite. What does that look like?
I went off and got onto the end of the arm on the
So in this particular one, this is STS-51L satellite LESAT 3. This is William Fisher and James Van Hoften. I'm not sure which one's on the arm, but he just basically told the space shuttle, hey, pull up right here, just stop about 20 feet, hang out right here. I'm going to jump out, go grab this satellite real quick, and be right back. You need a hamburger or anything while I'm out? No big deal. I don't know what these are, 5,000, 20,000 pounds. He just goes out and grabs it, just parks next to it like it's no big deal. Because you can do that. You can do that in space. You can just go up and park your vehicle and say, hey, homeboy, I'll be right back. Gonna go grab some stuff. Don't go anywhere. They have little backup cameras, beepers if they're getting too close, like a John Deere tractor, totally kitted out. Curb finders in some situations. So we're gonna make this a short video. I know how people are. Nobody wants to watch more than 7 minutes, and there's some good content in here, and I don't always put the best first. If you are someone who wants to see every minute of it, I'm going to have the links in the description. I'm going to start trying to do that from now on. But yeah, and then he just rolls it out. So in some of these videos, they're just retrieving satellites. In other words, they're going out and working on them. Here's one.
Logging over 15.2 million
So,
miles in Earth orbit,
oh my gosh,
living,
sorry about
working,
that.
and experimenting in space.
This is from a highlight video from 1984. And again, they just pull up and he's got it, man. He told the space shuttle to park. He parked probably about 50 yards away on that one. And in some of these retrievals, I think it's hilarious because the astronaut will put on a stinger. It's like a phallic symbol. They put it right on their waist there, and then they go out and then they insert that into the satellite, and then they go birth it. Right? They go. So I find it to be an interesting process. They put on the stinger and they go mate it to the satellite. See, I can't remember. I've been watching these. I I can't remember which ones. Yeah, and there he is. Now, in some of the videos, they stand on the ISS or on a little platform on the ISS, and they just pull up next to the satellite and they grab it, right? In other ones, they use the MMU. They show off a little bit. They use their backpacks. They just fly out into space. They mate their stinger to it, and they bring it back, right? Which I find totally hilarious. Let's move on. We saw this one, right? Yeah. Add a little bit of, make it more realistic. I thought that was added to the seriousness of things.
Liquid cool garment. We're out in the payload bay now.
Some of these videos are pretty long. I'm going to try to, again, this is interesting. While we're watching this, some of these videos absolutely get scrubbed. I take them from different official like NASA channels, but somehow they go away. Look at this. Look how close they are. They just fly up, slow down, park where they want to park, maybe pull up an inch, maybe 2 inches, move left, because you can do that. You can pull up. That's what they did here. This thing's out here. They pulled up, parked, stayed right there. He's like, hey, stay about 20 feet away. We got the platform. We don't have to get fancy this time. We don't have to pull up within inches. And I'll just get out and stick my stinger in it, and we'll get it that way. And he's like, yeah, maybe it's like 3 inches forward, maybe like 3 inches. Just come 3 inches forward. And they're doing 3.7 million miles per hour, right? Because in space, motions and speeds are irrelevant because space works very similar to magic. One orbital velocity and one orbit means nothing. 2 orbits mean nothing. Sorry, 3 orbits mean nothing. You can actually have 500 plus orbits before it starts to make a difference. And you have to go in speeds of beyond 900 quadrillion miles an hour. So unless you have, do you see how ludicrous that sounds? Like, do I have to add more numbers on? That sounded kind of stupid, right? Because there's no amount of orbits and there's no amount of speeds that make a difference. They just tell you that space is magic. It's all magical. You can just go up and park, reverse a little bit, pull forward, parallel park in, get the guy right up where he needs to be, and homeboy can just grab a satellite, right? Like this guy did. And unfortunately, this particular video, it's a long video. I'm not going to play the whole thing. If you really, really want to watch this video, you can send me. I'll re-upload it on mine because it was under the Creative Commons, and you can watch it on my channel. Just let me know if you really, really want to see it. But look at this. They just it's 2 feet above. It's not even 2 feet. It's a foot above them. And they're just parked. There's nothing holding it. It's rotating. It's below the rudder. It's lower than the rudder, right? They just pulled up next to the satellite, and they're just showing off at this point. Like, now you can get within 2 inches, bro. Come on, back it up, Come on. If you came here and you're looking for a really serious video, first off, let me apologize because I can't take this serious at all. Like, there's nothing serious. I can't be nothing but facetious about the whole video. There's nothing about this that's real. Nothing. You can't park in space and just, it's not like pavement. You don't just go park and if space, and they do this again and again. They used to do it, right? You don't see it so much anymore. Now here's this guy with his stinger, this little strap-on phallic symbol, and they goes on. Now this is a little bit different. Some stingers, they insert this stinger, it's like depends on the satellite. But look, they're just parked next to it. How that's not hilarious. It's hilarious to me. All right. We'll look at a few more, maybe one or two more. Again, I think Life of Brian did it better. Space is much better with stars, personally.
For the first EVA. Now we've jumped ahead several hours, obviously.
Now, this is great because I've listened to the whole thing, and who do we have out here? Takao Doi and Winston Scott.
Because Takao and I are perched on.
Yeah, that's Winston talking, and they just pull up. He's like, "Get closer, get closer, get closer." They just pull up to a satellite in space. That's how it works. And then you just tell the space shuttle driver, one more inch, to pull up one more foot, you just park in space. You can park in space and grab a satellite. Somehow I was all oblivious to all that early in my early research days. I didn't even know you could do that. I didn't know in my days of enjoying the whole sci-fi that is space exploration. I somehow missed all that. I missed the fact that you could just park next to satellites and load them up. They don't show those videos today. I don't understand why. We've got now you can hear stuff through the GoPros. You can hear this space sounds oddly like underwater. If you haven't seen those videos, I'll be glad to share some of those. I've downloaded plenty of those. It sounds just like you're underwater. I don't know why. Unedited video right from NASA. Put a GoPro underwater, put a GoPro in space. They sound identical. You can even hear disk spinning on the other side of the space station, which makes no sense. But yeah, so I think I got two more slides here. And yeah, this is my last
Correct me if I'm
slide
wrong,
here.
but can't we tell the difference between these astronauts? The one that's got
Sorry.
the stripe around his leg, that's Alan, because he's EVA.
That's right.
EV1.
So there's this particular mission. This is STS-51A satellite. They retrieved two different failed satellites. Now, this is another thing. Listen. Think about this. This is a whole other thing to think about. They routinely would launch failed satellites. In this particular one mission that supposedly happened, they had to go out and retrieve two failed satellites from previous missions. NASA is building satellites, space shuttles never fail, rockets never fail. All this stuff is just, they fly into the moon, but 2 out of 2 satellites don't work, right? This is hilarious, right? Just watching the whole thing is hilarious. This particular mission was live on CNN. And here the guy is with his stinger. Now see, this is the phallic stinger here. So some stingers are like little phallic things they put on their bodies. And he's wearing that like a strap-on. I mean, it's like a big stinger strap-on. And then he goes and inserts it into the satellite. Yeah, I'm not even joking. And there he is with his little MMU backpack on, and there's the spinning satellite, and he just spins up to it and jacks into it, and then flies it back into the space shuttle. That's how it's done. And this is the best footage we've got. It's the best we can do. That was 1984. We just never get good video footage from NASA. They are great at everything but videography. It's the one thing they're not good at. I mean, to be so advanced in space travel, opposed to the rest of technology in the world, they really had space down, the first agency to get down space travel, but they just weren't good with the optics. Like that was really where they failed. Let me go back there. Yeah, accidentally. That's really where they failed, is with optics. They didn't have the right people working for them in the whole optics thing. Here they are. Look at this. Again, multiple videos, and I'd love to hear the audio. There's no audio, right? they lost the audio too. You would think this stuff would be archived in archives that were and would be shared publicly. You'd want to hear this guy going, pull up 2 more inches. I want to hear what he is saying. Is he saying pull up 2 inches, pull up, raise up a foot, move over to your left a half an inch? I'd love to hear this conversation because he's getting ready to grab a satellite out of space. That's what he's getting ready to do. They just pulled up, parked, he got out, got on a platform. He's essentially standing on the spacecraft. The driver of the spacecraft's back in parallel parking, essentially, and then he's going to grab a car to bus size, small bus size satellite and just berth it. And look at it wobbling. Why is it wobbling, right? Why is it? That makes no sense. So go back and watch the videos. They're all there. I'll have them in the description. Grabbing satellites, parking space shuttles. It's all comedy to me. That said, we'll end with a little bit of Life of Brian. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned. I've got some serious bangers coming. This is more like a little filler. It's something I just wanted to throw out there. Didn't put a lot of effort into it or time. But I do have some solid bangers that I'm working on at the same time, and they'll be out soon. Until next time, take care.